Hi, I'm Marcus Jackman, the pastor at Copper Hills Church in Harriman, Utah. You can always find out more about our church at copperhills.church. This is our series of video devotions called Gleanings, feasting on the Word of God in the margins of everyday life. And today is Tuesday. That means it is Muse Day. Take our inspiration from the world of creative arts, and this time it's going to be from the world of film. Midnight Run, 1988 movie, one of my favorites from way back in the day. And I chose this because Charles Grodin, the gentleman on the right there, he passed away this last week. A couple of months ago, Yaphet Kotto was also in Midnight Run, whose character we're actually going to focus on for the devotion, but he passed away. We'd already lost Dennis Farina, so Joey Pantoliano, John Ashton, and Robert De Niro have got to look out. They've got to be careful. Midnight Run is a story about a bounty hunter, played by Robert De Niro, chasing down Jonathan Mardukas, the Duke, played here by Charles Grodin, and trying to get him in his own custody, not in the police's custody, not by the FBI, but to get him himself back to the bail bondsman to recover enough money to start his life over again. And early on in the movie, Robert De Niro's character meets Yaphet Kotto's character, Alonzo Mosley, FBI, and he picks his pocket. He takes his identification, and he keeps going around flashing the badge, covering the picture, or then covering up the picture with his own picture, saying, Alonzo Mosley, FBI. And Yaphet Kotto's character hears about this, and just it's a slow boil for a long time. Finally, there's a steward on a train who leans in confidentially to tell Agent Mosley, says his real name's Mosley, speaking about Jack Walsh, the imposter. And he just flips his lid. He yells at him. He says, I'm Mosley. He's had his character, his identity, his name taken from him all throughout the movie. And it's been driving him crazy. That made me think about my own desire to guard my name and to keep my identity. The desires that we have to be in charge of ourselves, to have to manage our own story, to manage our identity and sense of self. That is not what we're to do. We've all got those desires. We all have those impulses. But Galatians 2:20, Paul writes, I've been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I now live in the body I live by faith in the Son of God who loved me and gave his life for me. Paul says, my identity, who I am, it's all caught up in Jesus. It's not even me really who's living anymore. It's Christ who lives within me. And everything I'm doing now in this body, in this identity, is done by faith and trust, resting and hoping in the Son of God who died and gave his life for me. So I just want to encourage you today in that anger and that battle that Alonzo Mosley has to guard his identity and reclaim it for himself. You are not on the hook for that. You are not in charge of protecting your own identity or establishing your own identity. If you belong to Jesus by faith, your identity is caught up in him forever and forever. He knows your name. He cares for you. But now you are emptied of this need that the world tells you. Protect yourself, make a name for yourself, guard your identity, and build it up. You don't have to do that. You are alive in him. Christ is the one who has died and given his life for you, and now you die to the world and live only to him. That's the freedom that we have, living in Jesus. We don't have to guard our identities anymore. Bless you today.